Back behind the Eldora Speedway pace truck, Rico, Abreu, and Kyle Larson in row 1, Logan Schuchart and Aaron Reutzel in row number 2, Corey Day and James McFadden in row 3, Tanner Holmes and Carson Macedo in row 4. Row 5 is Buddy Kofoid and Tyler Courtney. Row 6, Anthony Macri and Bill Balog. Row 7, Garrett Williamson and Brad Sweet. Sheldon Haudenschild and Brian Brown in row number 8. Row 9 is Danny Dietrich and Hunter Schuerenberg. Row 10, Cole Macedo and Ashton Torgerson. Row 11, Brady Bacon and Chris Windom. Row 12, final row, Brock Zearfoss and Tim Shaffer. Eldora Speedway, we got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing up into number 4. We are green.
Rico Abreu paces the field into turn number 1.
Big wreck
in turn number 1. Brad Sweet upside down. Tyler Courtney upside down.
Bill Balog.
Brady Bacon involved. Hunter Schuerenberg involved.
A terrible crash in the first corner of the Joker's Jackpot.
The tail tank off of the Clausen Marshall Racing 7BC.
A lot of damage to those cars down there as Tyler Courtney's car, along with, I believe that is Brad Sweet down there as well, potentially Buddy Kofoid, is still upside down. As the Eldora Speedway safety officials make their way over to turn 1 to check on the drivers and assist them. We will give you updates on the driver's condition once we get them, as an incident has taken place here on lap 1 of the Joker's Jackpot feature event involving Hunter Schuerenberg, Brad Sweet, along with Tyler Courtney, Bill Balog, and a couple of other drivers as well. We are receiving word from Tony Laporta down there in turn 1 that Bill Balog is out of the car and under his own power. So Bill Balog has climbed out of the 17B in turn 1. Waiting to hear updates on the condition of Tyler Courtney and Brad Sweet as well.
Looks Buddy Kofoid crawling out of the Roth Motorsports 83.
So still does sound like Buddy Kofoid has popped out of the top of the Roth Motorsports 83. Hard to tell. I believe that's Brady Bacon, the other car that's sitting there next to Hunter Schuerenberg to the left.
Correct.
Of the ambulance. And so safety crews are working with Tyler Courtney down in turn number 1, the former Kings Royal champion. Multi-time winner here with the USAC National Sprint Cars, as well as the Midgets and the Silver Crown. Many of those drivers involved in this incident starting up towards the front of the field. Tyler Courtney started 10th. Buddy Kofoid started 9th. Bill Balog started in 12th. Brad Sweet started in the 14th position.
Hunter Schuerenberg 18th.
And Brady Bacon started back in 21st. And there's a look at Brad Sweet. I think he may have went underneath of a car, and that is why the wing has been torn off the top of the Napa Auto Parts number 49.
You saw Buddy Kofoid out talking with safety crew members at the bottom of the racetrack there just a moment ago. Roth Motorsports 83 car.
So once again, an incident here on lap number 1 of the Joker's Jackpot has put us under a red flag condition as we await to hear the condition of the driver involved, Tyler Courtney. Sounds like Tony Laporta has caught up with one of the drivers that was in that incident.
Michael Buddy Kofoid, we got to see you stand in Whiskey Myers victory lane back in Eagle, Nebraska with Kubota High Limit Racing. First of all, most importantly, are you okay?
Yeah, that one hurt. I felt like that was one of the bigger ones I've taken, but I just feel really bad for my team and everyone else that got involved, and you know, hope everyone else is okay first and foremost. I don't really know 100% what happened. You know, went into the corner and then tried to get to the middle, and I think Tyler just ended up being there, and I didn't see him until I was already over him. So just feel really bad, and you know, like I said, just hope everyone's okay. And just feel bad for my Roth Motorsports guys. Felt like we had a good car yesterday and was really excited for today, but just bummed that we don't really get to show anything for it.
We're glad you're okay. Thanks for talking.
Thank you.
That's Pen Grove, California's Michael Buddy Kofoid. He walks away from the scene of the accident down here, guys, in turn number 1. And yes, disappointment for sure, as they had a very, very fast Roth Motorsports number 83.
And we do have an update on the condition of Tyler Courtney. He is out of the car. He is conscious. He is talking with safety officials down there. They are going to take him in the back of the ambulance to get further checked out. And so that is the update on the driver of the 7BC down in turn 1. Out of the car, conscious, alert, talking with officials, but going to be taking a ride in the ambulance to get checked out. Good news down there, Blake.
Absolutely great to hear Tyler Courtney communicating with the phenomenal safety crew. And Eldora Speedway, how about a round of applause for our safety team here? Some of the best in the business. Tyler's in good hands.
As we do have a replay of that first lap incident here. We will show it to you on the big screen if you're here at the racetrack. If you're watching at home on FS1, take a look at what happens on the first lap.
Oh.
Man.
Looks like Sweet came up the racetrack.
I believe that was Kofoid.
Oh, Kofoid, okay. Yes, Buddy Kofoid. And Brad, gee, you mentioned
he went underneath
the nail on the head, went right underneath him and was able to keep rolling.
Yeah, Brad's car was actually still fired even after that had happened. He was driving to the backstretch before it ended up coming to a stop for the red flag.
What a close call for Brad Sweet there. Good to see him. Everything okay there, the new top wing on.
They will soon get back behind the Eldora Speedway pace truck, and let's take a look at some other angles of this crash in turn 1, Blake, from the top cam. Here's the infield shot as they rolled into turn 1. Man, oh man, oh man. Just complete chaos down there. Wow. I don't know how Brad Sweet got through that.
I say, sunshine along for the ride, and I don't know exactly how Brad Sweet was able to get through there relatively unscathed. Obviously, a new top wing, and you heard TLP talking about everything that they had to do to get things ready. But so if you're new to sprint car racing and this is your first time watching it, they're involved in that crash and they're able to rejoin. They do not get their starting spot back. They'll restart at the tail of the field, so that's why we have to reshuffle the lineup through. We don't move cars straight forward. We crisscross them if needed. So it takes a minute for timing and scoring to get the lineup all sorted out.
So Sweet, Bacon, and Schuerenberg able to rejoin the field. The cars that are out, Bill Balog, Buddy Kofoid, and Tyler Courtney. Eldora Speedway pace truck set to pull into the infield in turn 4. We are ready to get this race back underway with Rico, Abreu, and Kyle Larson, the longtime buddies from Northern California, ready to bring this race back to green.
Abreu once again paces the field into turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, Rico Abreu leading. Battle for third down the backstretch. Side by side go Logan Schuchart and Aaron Reutzel.
Schuchart up the racetrack right across the nose of Aaron Reutzel. He takes the third spot away, but Reutzel crosses him up down the front stretch, takes it right back away. Schuchart goes to the bottom in turns 1 and 2. They are side by side for third. Give it back to Schuchart up in turn number 2.
Logan Schuchart picked up $1 million payday here a couple of years ago, and right now rides in the third spot, but Rico Abreu continues to set the pace.
Rico Abreu looking for his second career six-figure paying sprint car win. He leads over Kyle Larson by 15 car lengths down the back straightaway. Logan Schuchart running in third. Aaron Reutzel fourth, and fifth is Payday. Corey Day rounds out the top 5.
Just 3 laps in and off of turn number 2, Rico Abreu can already start to see the back of the pack and lap traffic, and that's when sprint car racing really gets interesting. Carson Macedo rolling the bottom as he's trying to go after Corey Day. Meanwhile, Sheldon Haudenschild and Tanner Holmes battle it out.
We have a car off the pace down the front stretch. It's Hunter Schuerenberg. We might be able to stay green, but yeah, great battle going on back there with Sheldon Haudenschild. He makes his way by Tanner Holmes at the battle inside of the top 10. Great run for the 17 so far.
That is a battle for the 8th spot. Sheldon Haudenschild hanging on to 8th. Anthony Macri now closing on Tanner Holmes for 9th.
Macri trying to make his way forward. He'll look to the inside of Tanner Holmes off at turn number 4. Great move right there off the 4th corner. Move Macri up a spot.
Yellow. Hunter Schuerenberg did not hit one of the track exits. Yellow flies with 5 down. 35 laps remaining.
Hunter Schuerenberg slowing into turn number 1. One of the drivers that was involved in that first lap incident, and that will slow us down after a 5-lap run. Pick Pint here on the front straightaway. What that is basically the Choose Cone, but we've got a cool sponsor for it, Frozen Farmer. Check out their ice creams and sorbets online. But they are going to go to the inside or the outside. Whichever lane they choose is where they will restart the race. And as you can see right there, Blake, Schuchart follows Larson to the top for this restart. Sometimes we get some games played and fun to watch, especially when we've got the drone camera up. You get a good look at it as where guys choose to go. And the nice thing about it, you can choose your own destiny there. Certainly can.
Chase, Blake, I think just something super important to mention to maybe first-time sprint car fans. These drivers do not have two-way radios in their race cars. They have no spotters and they have no mirrors. These drivers are going purely by the feel in the seat of their pants. No help from the rooftop here at Eldora.
Rico Abreu back on the gas. We are back underway for the Joker's Jackpot feature. Great restart for Aaron Reutzel. He goes to second.
And now Logan Schuchart, 3 wide for second. Larson the meat in the sandwich.
Great stuff.
Here comes James McFadden as well.
McFadden's down in the top 5, getting by Carson Macedo. Macedo going to throw a slider at him into turns 3 and 4. Up the racetrack goes the 41. He takes fifth away, but McFadden down the inside. He takes it right back away.
Great battle for the lead. Aaron Reutzel challenging Rico Abreu, but Abreu off the fence. Reutzel misses the high side, and here comes Kyle Larson. Battle for second into turn number 3.
Aaron Reutzel had to run the middle, gets to the cushion on the exit of turn number 4. Kyle Larson turns it down the hill. They're side by side for second across the start-finish line. Might see a slider into turn 1. Kyle Larson drives it in deep, takes the second spot away from Aaron Reutzel.
And Logan Schuchart quickly roping them in. The Shark Racing 1S on the move. Schuchart looks down to the inside. He'll take third from Reutzel in turn number 4.
It's slider B slid here tonight at Eldora Speedway. Logan Schuchart now into the third spot. Aaron Reutzel going to run in 4th. Carson Macedo in 5th. Back behind him, it's absolute chaos for the 6th position.
Meanwhile, Rico Abreu has absolutely run away from the field, but the battle for 6th, and look who's into the top 10, the 49 of Brad Sweet on the move.
Brad Sweet from the work area now to the top 10. Good battle just ahead of him. It's Cole Macedo, it's Corey Day. They're side by side rolling into turn 1. Cole Macedo up the racetrack. He'll take 6th away. Payday turns it down the hill. Down the backstretch, they go wing to wing for P6.
Lap traffic looming in front of your leaders, but Cole Macedo, and what a battle there between Macedo and Corey Day. Give Cole Macedo the advantage at the start-finish line. Corey Day stays on the high side. Brad Sweet moving, trying to go 3 wide back behind them.
Racetrack in perfect shape here right now as Rico is enjoying a pretty comfortable lead up front. The East Texas Hot Rod that time by nearly a 2-second advantage over Kyle Larson.
Nearly coming together where Anthony Macri and James McFadden battling for position, battling for the 7th spot as Rico Abreu greets the back of the pack, coming to the start-finish line with 12 in the books. Brad Sweet challenging, move him into the 8th spot in turn number 4 with McFadden to the back bumper.
The former teammates of Casey Kane Racing and Mike Curb, they have a great battle going on into turn 1. McFadden scraped the wall down the front stretch that time, and that allows Brad Sweet to pull away. Your race leader now into the back of the field. This is going to allow Kyle Larson to close in.
Larson absolutely closing the gap on Rico Abreu. Abreu to the back of the pack, and this is where things get interesting. Have to pick your line. Right now he's on the high side, and a pair of lap cars right in front of him are running his line. Larson clutting into the lead.
The track just so treacherous out there. Cannot put one tire out of place. You'll be into the wall. Rico, a little bit of held up right there down the backstretch trying to get by Brady Bacon. He'll slide by the 21H into turn number 3. Here comes Logan Schuchart. He's got the bottom wired off at turn number 4.
Schuchart going to challenge Kyle Larson for the 2nd spot. Abreu making evasive moves through lap traffic. He's got to find another gear here because Kyle Larson continuing to chop away at the lead with 25 to go.
Last time by the lead under 1 second for Rico. This time by he'll come off at turn number 4. He'll put lap number 16 in the books, 24 to go here at Eldora Speedway. Larson trying to get by the slower car, Chris Windom. He'll put an aggressive maneuver on him and get by that number 7S car down the backstretch.
And Logan Schuchart's right there, 2 car lengths back. Schuchart dives down to the inside, battle for second. He'll run the middle. Larson right on the fence at Eldora.
More traffic for Rico to contend with. Brian Brown and Brock Zearfoss up ahead. Neither driver up in Rico's lane. Rico's starting to move down a little bit on the exit of turn number 2. Rico maybe searching around in that Whiskey Myers number 24 car, but Kyle Larson not backing down and roping him in off of turn number 4.
Larson chopping into the lead, has it under a second now. Abreu pinballs off the cushion, but Larson does the same. Aaron Reutzel coming back to life, and here comes Logan Schuchart once more. Schuchart keeping Larson well within striking distance.
The $1 million man to the inside tries to throw a slider on Larson. It comes up short. He's going to stay in that 3rd spot as Larson's lead, or make that Rico's lead now down under a second as Larson continues to chop into it. Rico around the outside gets by Brock Zearfoss. Next car in his sights is Brian Brown, who is in his racing group in turn 4.
Rico's going to have to get going because Larson and Schuchart continuing to chop away at the advantage that Rico has. The top side opens up for Rico, though, as Brown moves off the high side, and that's definitely what Rico Abreu wanted to see.
Brown's been running the top down here in 3 and 4, though. That's going to allow Rico. He's going to have to go to the inside of the racetrack. That's going to kill some speed on that number 24 car. Larson's going to have a huge head of steam down the front straightaway. Might see him move to yellow.
Ashton Torgerson of the Shark Racing 1A off the pace into turn number 1, bringing out the yellow flag.
Not what Kyle Larson was hoping to see right there, as we do have a car going to the work area. Cole Macedo,
who's...
and Brad Sweet. Cole Macedo and Brad Sweet in the work area. Macedo was running in the 6th position at the time, right behind his brother. Tony, what's going on down
Guys, they've lined the quad up right behind the 49er Brad Sweet. They're taking it straight to the trailer. One can possibly assume, I want to make sure they don't swing a left to come back here to the work area for Brad Sweet and the 49. No, they have parked it for the defending series champion. One could speculate engine failure for the 49, and then a winner with high limit back on Monday night in Fremont, Ohio. Cole Macedo comes to a stop. The gloves are off. The driver from Lemoore, California, perhaps his race done early as well.
Well, that's tough to see. He was having an incredible run. He was so good here earlier on in the year at Eldora. Back in May, ran 3rd in a race there. His best finish at this track. And you see Cole's got the helmet off now, Blake, so his race indeed does come to an end.
Eldora certainly puts every piece of equipment to the test. Is a half mile so fast, and tonight, one of those cases, especially when they're working the top side of the racetrack.
Got to be so careful to not get into the wall. Tony, what else?
It's the rear torsion arms are knocked off the corner of Cole Macedo's number 2C. Crew Chief Wayne Johnson, who piloted this car for a very long time, diagnosing the issue as soon as they came to a stop. Cole, of course, from the seat, knew that there was a problem, so Cole Macedo out with a suspension parts failure on that 2C. Ashton Torgerson, the driver, originally from Arizona, is going to bring the world-famous Shark Racing 1A back to the trailer as well. Looks like Torgerson, the young man who grew up racing go-karts at Pat's Acres in Oregon, his race done as well, as they are getting ready to open this up for a fuel stop, guys.
Yeah, we have to open up the red flag condition here, Blake, as we've ran too many laps. We don't want anybody running out of fuel. And so that is the case right now as you see the crew members rolling onto the racetrack. They are allowed to make any type of adjustment to the car with the exception of changing a tire. And so many of them will be adding fuel to the tail tanks, maybe make some air pressure adjustments and things of that nature before we go back to green flag racing right here at the halfway point. So that pick pint down there on the front stretch. We'll see which lane Rico Abreu chooses to restart in.
It's an engine failure for Ashton Torgerson, guys, the 1A, heading back to the Shark Racing pit area.
Thanks very much, Tony.
Tough to see that. Abreu will choose the bottom, Larson to the top, and
there's
Schuchart once again. So Schuchart will follow Larson. Looks like Carson Macedo followed Reutzel to the bottom, which is interesting. So that's going to put Corey Day outside of row 3. He's going to be happy about that. He picked up a win on the top of the racetrack here last night during the double down duels.
His first ever Eldora Speedway win, and talked about how this place isn't one of his favorite tracks to visit, but he's grown a liking to it.
Yeah, after winning, you gotta think that he's a fan now.
Absolutely.
Eldora Speedway pace truck pulls into the infield. Rico Abreu, Kyle Larson back on the gas, and we're underway once again at the Joker's Jackpot.
Heck of a restart for Logan Schuchart. He'll go after Kyle Larson for second, and Carson Macedo catfishing around the bottom, making his way into the 4th spot.
Kyle Larson nearly clipped the wall in the backstretch. Rico going to slide himself into turn 3. That's going to allow Kyle Larson to rim ride in turns 3 and 4. Get on the back bumper. Rico down the front straightaway.
Carson Macedo into the 3rd spot, but battle for the lead. Kyle Larson throws a slide jump on Rico Abreu. Abreu dives down the racetrack, but Larson leads him down the back chute.
Side by side out into turn number 3. Rico going to have to return serve. He'll throw a slider to 3 and 4. Larson around the outside maintains the top spot on a turn 4. Close call off the 4th corner.
Kyle Larson threading the needle in turn number 4 to get to the top spot. Battle for 3rd and 4th is phenomenal right now. In turn 2, got one around in turn number 2.
Garrett Williamson is going to keep on running. He's at the back of the field. We stay green somehow, Blake.
Somehow able to stay green, and Williamson going to slow to the bottom of the racetrack, and yellow will fly. Somehow Garrett Williamson...
He was looking at the inside wall and the outside wall.
Was able to keep it on all 4s and out of the wall, as you mentioned, because he saw both walls at about 15 seconds there. He'll whirl into the work area to the attention of the Fisher Motorsports gang, Tony Laporta.
Keeping you busy down there tonight, Tony.
Oh, no other way I'd have it, Chase. Garrett Williamson comes to a stop, and they're going to pull, it looks like the left side Nerf bar is completely off of it, possibly getting banged up. I could not see the big screen of his incident off of turn number 2, and now attention getting paid to the drag link, one of the steering components on the front end of Williamson's number 23, and it sounds like the pride of Australia, James McFadden with Tarleton Racing, will come to a stop in the work area as well, just behind Williamson, and it's going to be a flat right rear tire for the driver who was 4th in Kubota High Limit Racing Championship points last year. This is a very quick fix for these teams and drivers, but since we are past the halfway point in this High Limit Racing feature, there is no guaranteed time in the work area. Up to the halfway point, teams are guaranteed 2 minutes upon their first visit to the work area to get back out onto the track. But once the halfway point has been reached, no guaranteed time is offered. It is simply up to the crews to get the car back out on the track before the one-to-go signal is given. We're not joking when we say members from all teams and crews jump in to help these drivers get back on track.
Certainly the case, Tony. Carson Macedo, he has come to life here in this one, Blake. He's now into the 3rd position. He started 8th. We're now 23 laps completed, but it seems like his car has come to life after that fuel stop.
Yeah.
Made his way by Reutzel and Schuchart.
We saw that last night. Was relegated to a B main, drove from the transferring out of the B main, started 21st, drove it all the way up to 5th in his preliminary A main a night ago, and he's been on the move in that all-ball-year alternative 41. Chase Robin coming back to green, this time by
Kyle Larson, the race leader, lined up next to Rico Abreu. Back underway at the Joker's Jackpot. Rico, great restart right there, Blake.
Larson comes down the racetrack, and here comes Logan Schuchart on the high side. Schuchart out of nowhere.
How did he make it between the wall and Rico Abreu down the back straightaway? Schuchart's up to second. Here comes a big move out of Carson Macedo. He'll take second away in turn 4.
Macedo into second now. Anthony Macri into the mix. Macri down to the inside. 3 wide for a second into turn number 2.
Oh, that was a close call there as Macedo bangs right through the gap between Schuchart and the outside wall. He's got second now. Here comes Anthony Macri. He'll drop low into turns 3 and 4. They're side by side for P2. Macri trying to take it away. Can't do it off of 4.
The Concrete Kid has a 39M thumping on the bottom of the racetrack. Joe Mooney spinning the wrenches for Anthony Macri, and he's coming to life with 15 to go. He and Carson Macedo battling it out for second in turn 4.
Kyle Larson got a big piece of the wall that time by in turns 3 and 4, slowing down his momentum a little bit. Carson Macedo not close enough to capitalize on that mistake from the Silver Motorsports number 57. Macri running in 3rd. Logan Schuchart certainly not out of this battle as well, running back in 4th, and 5th is now Rico Abreu.
The battle for second stays good. Anthony Macri in the 39M in 3rd with Carson Macedo hanging on to second. Logan Schuchart still sitting in the catbird seat watching them duke it out for the second spot as laps wind down. 12 to go for Kyle Larson. Only 1 win with Kubota High Limit Racing this year does Larson have.
That was all the way back in March as left rear. Left rear shredded on Logan Schuchart's car down the front stretch.
4th place running Logan Schuchart absolutely shreds.
And look at that, destroyed the wing panel.
Just shows the power when those things explode.
Blew the wing panel, the first couple rivets right out of that thing.
Here is a replay coming to you on the big screen, and those of you on FS1 watching, and
he'll be
Schuchart, there he is right there, and boom.
Man. Gonna have some debris to pick up there on the front strip. Man, I cannot believe the damage it did to that wing panel. Usually we see that, it blows a Nerf bar off the side of the car, but it got the wing panel on that one, Tony.
Yeah, significant damage, at least sustainable, at least on the left side panel of the top wing for Pennsylvania's Logan Schuchart. And you guys are absolutely right. There is hardly anything left of the left rear Hoosier tire aboard the 1S. But again, just like with James McFadden's right rear needing to be changed, this is a very quick, very well-rehearsed stop in the work area. Not needing to worry too much about guaranteed time down here as they already have the new left rear on.
And you could see the belly of the top wing there, Tony, that it peeled back where that left rear exploded. Just the power of that explosion.
Yeah, they're trying to get anything they can on to decrease airflow from changing too much over and underneath, because these top wings produce downforce from both the air that goes on top of them and beneath that belly pan. Blake, as you called out, anything at all they can get to make sure that that left side panel stays attached to the top wing, because these these side panels work so effectively at pulling the left side of the car down into the dirt track. In wing sprint car racing, you really want to be left side down to get it to drive the way that the car is most comfortable.
And we know there's certainly some people watching for the first time tonight. A good example of those wings, you can move them back and forth. You look at the wing angle on Kyle Larson's car and then compare that to the wing angle on the 87 of Aaron Reutzel's car. You could tell that Reutzel has pulled that wing farther back to try and get more downforce, more air on the center of that wing to help get that car gripped up. As Schuchart does return to the speedway.
And there are very few cockpit adjustments that these guys have, and one of them is moving that top wing forward and backwards, and they also have one shock adjuster that they can have inside the car, a new rule this year with Kubota High Limit Racing.
And there's a look at Reutzel.
That's what we call having the wing in the trunk.
Yep, he is trunked right now. You compare that to Larson, I mean, it's completely different wing angles from the first place car to the, what is the sixth place car.
And you're early in the night, you don't see that when the track's heavy and
Correct.
fast, but as it slicks off, you start to see guys move to the back. And in Ohio, notorious for having wings in the back.
Eldora Speedway pace truck pulling to the infield on the back stretch. We have 12 laps remaining of the Joker's Jackpot. Kyle Larson and now Carson Macedo lines up next to him back to green.
What a restart for Anthony Macri. Oh boy, Larson and Macedo nearly come together.
Close call into turn one. Oh, and Macedo goes around. And we are still on the right. Yellow. Yellow's out.
And the left front on the all-by-your alternative.
He got such a good start that he got hit by the right rear of Kyle Larson coming down the front stretch right there. Wow.
Here's a replay coming, and
the drama continues here tonight as Macedo railed the cushion here coming off of 4. Kyle Larson must have spun the tires and right there cut the left front tire down.
Somehow Aaron Reutzel able to, I mean, slight contact, but really able to stay out of the 41.
Guys, this yellow flag provides Logan Schuchart's team a unique opportunity to come back down into the work area. They did not have the top wing ready to replace on the original stop. They did not know, I believe, just how bad the damage was. This opportunity lets them come in, put on a brand new, non-damaged top wing, and the difference in feel in the seat of that race car that Logan Schuchart will experience will be monumental. He'll go back to having 100% grip that these top wings can produce. Great opportunity. He's going to lose positions and go back to the tail, but that car will feel so much more stable underneath him now.
So that's, once again, still 12 laps to go. Did not get a lap completed. And I think you'd have to think the guys back behind saw what Carson Macedo did right there and said, wow, hey, I can do that. I can get a good run down the straightaway and build a run into turn 1. Larson certainly spun the tires there on that restart.
100% did. I would not be surprised to see Kyle start things up on the high side of the racetrack because not much gets by the driver of the 57. He is as an alert race car driver as you'll find. Awareness rating 99.
Absolutely. As Macedo makes his way to the infield, but the lights are out. No guaranteed time. Larson, Macri, Abreu, single file restart back underway.
No surprise to see Kyle Larson start things up on the fence. Here comes Macri, though. Macri looks to the middle of the racetrack. Good battle for that third spot. Aaron Reutzel and Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu back into third.
Abreu's got the third spot. Reutzel back and fourth, and Sheldon Haudenschild running in fifth. Here comes Corey Day. He'll put a move on Brian Brown for the sixth position, and around the bottom comes Garrett Williamson trying to get by both of them off of turn 4.
Garrett Williamson, keep in mind, was in the work area not that long ago. Now going to war with Brian Brown. Brown going after Corey Day.
And here comes McFadden out of the work area. James McFadden trying to fight his way back towards the front of the field. He's got Brian Brown and Garrett Williamson battling right in front of him. McFadden follows the 21 around the top side of the racetrack in turn 4.
10 laps to go, and Kyle Larson still about half a track away from lap traffic. We'll see them get to traffic if we do get all the way green to the final checkered flag. Larson absolutely ripping the fence here at Eldora. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
Kyle Larson got to be picture perfect up next to the cushion. One slight mistake, he'll get into the wall, climb on top of the wall, and be in big, big trouble. He is 8 laps away from a $100,000 payday here at the Joker's Jackpot.
You mentioned it. The top side's so treacherous. In the past couple days, we've seen it jump out and bite several drivers. You have to be perfect on the high side. His lead at 2.4 seconds.
One car pulling to the infield. It's James McFadden. We will stay day underway. Most cars finding their way right around the top of the racetrack. The lone soldier on the bottom is the 23W Garrett Williamson on your screen as he looks to go side by side with Corey Day.
7 laps to go, and Anthony Macri not really closing on Larson, but not losing any ground. But he's going to have to find another gear here with 6 to go and really start to rope that 57 in if he wants $100,000.
Yeah, that time by Larson's lead, 2.5 seconds over the Concrete Kid, who got a piece of the concrete down there in turn number 1. This time by 5 fingers from the flag stand. 5 laps to go for Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson has won in everything here at Eldora Speedway. 7 different race cars, from NASCAR Truck Series to wing sprint cars, non-wing sprint cars, to late models to modifieds. He looks to add another. Whoa, we got a red flag.
Upside down.
Tanner Holmes.
Big time upside down in turn number 4 for the young driver to Jacksonville, Oregon.
Holmes was running in 10th place.
And you see the belts coming off and Tanner trying to climb out of that number 18T car. Had an incredible run here last night. The 2nd place finish on his double down duel.
And starting to find speed. His trip out west coming from the West Coast didn't start out the way you wanted it to, but the last couple of nights, they've really been finding speed in the 18T camp.
Eldora Speedway safety officials along with the high limit racing officials are on the scene over there to help Holmes get himself out of the car.
And we talked about how treacherous that high side has been, Chase.
Yeah, and I'm sure on this replay that we're going to see him get bit by the cushion in turn number 4. We showed it on a camera earlier on. It is just packed right up against the wall so tightly, it's just not leaving much room for error. As soon as you get that right rear to the wall, it just sucks the right front in. And we'll see if that was the case. And there is Tanner Holmes. He's out of the race car. Hard to tell. That's him. He looks like a safety official. His suit's the same color.
He does. He's got the red suit on, but looks like the orange suits. But there he is walking to the side-by-side.
That's good to see Tanner Holmes climb out of that race car. Certainly one of the young and up-and-coming stars of this sport as well, which will be heading up to your neck of the woods, Blake, and Skagit later on this year. Tanner Holmes will be there as well.
You know, through the years, the swing to Eldora Speedway really kicked off the month of money is what we would call it, because it'd be 50 grand to win here and then all leading into the Knoxville Nationals. But anymore, it's really the summer of money, because the high-paying races start in the 3rd week of June and now go through really the 1st week of September. About every week or so, we've got a monster payday in sprint car racing.
9 races this year, paying at least 6 figures to win. Kyle Larson on the restart, back underway with just 5 laps to go at the line. Great restart there for Macri off of turn 4.
Anthony Macri stalking the Silva 57. 3 wide nearly for 4th off of turn number 2.
Aaron Reutzel's got that spot, and now Corey Day's going to make his way by Sheldon Haudenschild, move Corey Day into the top 5. Back behind him, it's a scramble. They're almost 3 wide for the 6th position off of turn number 4.
Kyle Larson watching the laps tick down with 3.5 laps remaining. Big slider by Garrett Williamson deep in the pack, going after Sheldon Haudenschild.
Haudenschild clips the wall in the backstretch, but is able to hold off the number 23W Garrett Williamson back behind him. He's got a side-by-side battle developing. The Logan Schuchart car, the 1S, and the 21 of Brian Brown down the front straightaway. They go side-by-side across the line.
Brian Brown with a big move. What a win for him a week ago, from 16th to the win at Knoxville Raceway, finding speed in the Casey's 21. But Kyle Larson this time by 2 to go for the 57.
Garrett Williamson been the show here in the second half of this race. He's been all over the racetrack and making some big moves. He's trying to make another one right now on Sheldon Haudenschild, rolling into turn 1, but Kyle Larson is set to come to the white flag this time by.
White flag flying, 1 to go for Young Money. Eldora's been so magical, dating back to him sweeping the 4 Crown Nationals in 2011, and Chase half a lap away from 100 grand.
Down the backstretch for the final time. Kyle Larson rim riding in 3 and 4. He is going to hit the ultimate Joker's jackpot here tonight. 100,000 going to Larson at Eldora Speedway. Anthony Macri in 2nd, 3rd goes to Rico, Abreu 4th, Aaron Reutzel in 5th is Corey Day. Oh, upside down after the checkered. Big time barrel rolling is Logan Schuchart. Schuchart, after Larson had taken the checkered, got into the wall in turn 4 and did multiple backflips down there as he rolled down the banking. And the driver who won the highest paying sprint car race in the history of the sport just a few years ago, the Eldora Million.
Yeah, just 2 years ago, cashed $1 million check on a Thursday night at Eldora.
And unfortunately, he's going to have some work to do before he comes back to race again here tomorrow night. is the Shark Racing 1S. We'll see what happens to him. He was running around the 10th position, in 9th, coming to the checkered right here. He gets into the wall right there, and he just keeps on flipping. I mean, that is at least 3 or 4 backflips right there before the car finally comes to a rest on its side. As the Eldora safety officials are working with getting Schuchart out of the car, there are your official results from tonight's main event. Kyle Larson wins it, Anthony Macri 2nd, Rico Abreu 3rd, Aaron Reutzel 4th, and Corey Day 5th. Sheldon Haudenschild, Garrett Williamson, Brian Brown, Logan Schuchart, and Brock Zearfoss complete the top 10. Tanner Holmes, James McFadden, Chris Windom, Carson Macedo, Kevin Thomas Jr., Cole Macedo, Brad Sweet, Ashton Torgerson, Brady Bacon, and Danny Dietrich. The top 20 in this one, as Larson has now went across the scales in the infield, making sure that he meets the templates as well as that minimum weight requirement, and the green light comes on, so that means that Kyle Larson has won the Joker's Jackpot here tonight at Eldora Speedway, and he's now going to head to Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. Kyle Larson has climbed from the Silva Motorsports number 57, standing in Whiskey Myers Eldora Speedway Victory Lane. He's going to get the Hoosier Tire neckband. He will get the winner's hat, and in a few moments, he'll also get the Sunoco Race Fuels checkered flag. Got all the kiddos here tonight as well.
Yeah, Cooper, Audrey, and Owen.
And Kyle Larson is set to climb up top as he has cashed in on another 6-figure payday behind the wheel of that number 57 car. Audrey and Owen already up top. Kyle's got Cooper with him. And there they are climbing up top. Make some noise, Eldora Speedway, your winner tonight, Kyle Larson. He has done it again.
And Cooper even given the...
He's given the one.
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
learned.
He's learned. He's done it a time or two with Dad.
Kyle will jump off the top of the race car, and he'll make his way around the front to talk to Tony Laporta.
Kyle Larson's out here producing his own pit crew, and he takes him up on the top wing to celebrate with him. Eldora Speedway, he can hear you. The winner of the Joker's Jackpot is Kyle Larson. You have won in everything you can race here at the Eldora Speedway, but now to do it at the top level of 410 wing sprint car racing in a $100,000 to win feature. What does it mean to win here at the Eldora Speedway?
It always means a lot to win here at Eldora in front of a packed house, especially live on FS1 tonight too. Really, really good opportunity for all of us and all our teams to showcase what our sport's about. Lots of treacherous activity out there, but cool to get a win nonetheless. So it's been it was a really good start to the year. The last month and a half has been kind of a struggle in all forms of racing for me, but it feels good to work hard and keep our heads in it and get a big win like this. So it was not easy. The whole race was definitely tough. My engine wouldn't take off at all, and it just made launching really, really tough. I was just instantly fighting people, and unfortunately got into Carson there at the flag stand, so I hate that. But yeah, we just need to get this thing taken off better, and hopefully we'll have an easier shot to win later on this week.
I think Audrey doesn't like your facial hair or something. She's trying to cover it up with the checkered flag. I don't know what that's all about. Hey, we had all of the sprint car racing world here with us this weekend at Eldora. To beat a field that deep and that talented, is there even a way to express how hard this kind of racing is to the people out there who have no idea how tough this stuff really is?
Yeah, no, it's hard to describe, and I think a lot of fans see me race on Sundays and they have a misconception of sprint car racing that this isn't professional, and I come down to win these races, but it is the toughest form of racing that I get the chance to race or be a part of. So the quality of equipment, the quality of drivers, the fans, everybody involved, everybody's partners and sponsors. This is as professional as it gets for American auto racing. So happy to be a part of it. Happy to be a part of High Limit Racing and FloRacing having us on FS1 night. So can't say enough about it. Thanks to all my sponsors: Finley Farms, JBI Group, Fulton Brothers Trucking, Durst Incorporated, Roto-Rooter, All Ball Alternative, HendrickCars.com. I know Rick Hendrick's watching tonight too, so that's cool. I'm glad I was one of the few that kept it out of the fence tonight because he was already texting me earlier. But Glenn Stiers, everybody who helps out. So yeah, it's really cool to come here to awesome facility. The crowd's just going to get bigger and bigger as the week goes on, and hopefully we can get a few more wins. So give me some momentum to lead into a NASCAR race finally this week and be nice.
Okay, and then quickly, our angel donor with High Limit has put up $2,000. The computer man from Fremont, Ohio, and a few anonymous donors have brought that total to $2,750. With your win tonight, which charity are you sending all of that money to?
So we my wife and I, we were a part of the Catwalk for a Cause, and really believed in what Sherry Pollux did. So we like to donate our money to Sherry Strong and keep her legacy going.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the $100,000 Joker's Jackpot is Kyle Larson. He'll get the Chasm Safety Technologies win sticker, t-shirt, and golden ticket handed to him here in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. Chase and Blake, Kubota High Limit Racing and Eldora Speedway. It's a beautiful thing, don't you think?
Certainly is. Rim riding around the world's greatest dirt track is certainly breathtaking as we get a look at the race recap in this one, as there's a lot to talk about, Blake, including a massive incident that took place on the first lap. We do have an update, or a kind of a new update on Tyler Courtney. He has been transported for further evaluation, so that is the update on Tyler Courtney after his incident in turn 1 on the opening lap of this race. Rico and Kyle Larson, two good buddies that have been racing hard for a long time, getting after it there. Logan Schuchart was up in the mix, Carson Macedo up in the mix. A lot of guys battling for the win.
The Eldora restarts do what we see so often here, just chaos and cars all over the racetrack. Kyle Larson cashing another 6-figure payday, adding a Joker's Jackpot win to his resume that's deep with 6-figure paydays.
Tony Laporta's catching up with our second place finisher tonight. That's Anthony Macri.
From 11th on the starting grid to 2nd here tonight from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. Anthony Macri, what kind of race was this year's Joker's Jackpot?
I don't know, it's still in shock, really. I mean, I knew the first couple laps when we were a little bit tight, we probably had something to work with here at the end, but man, I don't know. Hats off to these guys. You know, obviously starting second last night and falling back to 5th wasn't ideal, and you know, these guys just, you know, they don't give up and they work really hard, and they just gave me a really good car and something to really work with there in the feature, and I was kind of able to just go where everyone else was there for a while, and then you know, just in the last 5 or so laps, the tires kind of went away with me, and it's kind of dependent on top there, but you know, it's still in shock a little bit right now, but it's honestly pretty cool to be able to put together a run like that here. I mean, it's not an easy place, and it seems like when you have a really good car here, it's really good, and when you have a bad car here, it's honestly pretty painful, and you know, it's just, can't thank these guys enough, and all the sponsors on this car. I mean, Whitecap and C&D Rigging, J&S Classics, Modern Homes, Class 1 Transport, and Ray's Landscaping, Clean Flow. It's just, you know, a lot of sponsors and a lot of time and energy goes into this car to get it up and down the road, and you know, I just can't thank the sponsors enough, and my parents and my girlfriend and just everyone involved in this deal. So to be able to run up front at a show like this and at a track like this, it's pretty cool, and hopefully we can just keep it up going to the next 2 nights.
11th to 2nd, phenomenal job. See you at the Dingus.
Thank you.
That's Anthony Macri representing the PA Posse out here at Ohio's Eldora Speedway. And he got a big cheer when he led the field to the green flag for tonight's 40-lap feature, coming home in 3rd. That looked like a wild race out there on Eldora Speedway.
Yeah, you know, just the track was so dry, slick, and technical. First and foremost, you know, I just want to say I hope Tyler Courtney's okay and everyone involved in that crash. You never want to see that. And anytime, you know, cars get piled up, like the speeds that Eldora creates, you know, it can be the big ones. And, you know, I just really hope he's okay and wish him the best. You know, I just think about our car and dissect it throughout that race. And I was really good the first half, and then that open red. I just might have gave my team a little too much communication on the balance of the car, and you know, and just didn't take off as good the second half and with our forward drive. You know, but I really thought through it racing and wanted to you know, try to just hit my marks throughout the race and not get flustered when things are off like that towards the end of the race, and just race the racetrack. And I just really tried to hit my marks. The wall is, the cushion is just razor thin on the wall in 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 you have a little bit more compaction to lean against with the right rear tire, but you just have to be really disciplined, and you know, it makes these guys, you know, just be really flawless that are leading. And clean air is such an advantage at this place, and you know, and as I've seen that leading the race. So, you know, we try again tomorrow, and we'll try again Saturday. You know, I just thank these guys, Whiskey Myers, you know, ArcZone.com, Pacific Boring, Royal Jones, you know, just the Hunt family. Some of the members are here, Jackson Superhero Foundation, Chris Weiser's here. You know, we just have an unbelievable partnership with a lot of people on this car to make it go around the track, and hopefully one of these days I can get them a win here.
Great breakdown, even better looking race car. Rico Abreu, a truly fantastic ambassador of the sport of wing sprint car racing. I can't say it enough. The East Texas Hot Rod, representing one of my favorite bands, Whiskey Myers, looks phenomenal. Rico Abreu does a brilliant job putting it third on the podium here tonight. Anthony Macri second, and Kyle Larson swarmed here in Whiskey Myers victory lane. Eldora Speedway, all the drivers will tell you the same thing. The event and the atmosphere when you come to this racetrack just feels different. Kubota High Limit Racing heads into its second half of 2025. Folks, you're going to want to stay tuned. Make sure you sign up for a subscription to FloRacing so you don't have to miss a lap of this intense on-track action the rest of the 2025 season.